Today I just want to touch on a common question we get asked by many potential clients is in regards to how long does the process take to get fully operational over here in Dubai. So there's three basic steps that we need to get through. One is getting your business license, number two is getting your residency done, and number three is getting your bank account open for the business. So the first step is getting your business license, and that takes only a few days once we issue the paperwork to the relevant authority. So sometimes I've seen that turn around within a couple of days. The most I've ever seen it be is around 7 to 8 working days. And from that point onwards, only then can we apply for your residency visa, as your company will actually be the sponsor for your residency. The residency visa takes around 3 weeks, maybe 4 at a stretch. It does require you to visit Dubai or the UAE in general to pass a simple medical test, which is a blood test and X-ray. And then once you have that in place, we get your visa, and then you can travel back to your home country if you're outside of the UAE. And then we also can get your bank account application applied for. You see, you can't apply for a bank account here unless you have a residency visa. So once your bank account application has been submitted, as long as the bank doesn't have any major queries, it can be done within 2 weeks, to be honest, but sometimes, maximum of around 4. To get through all the banking compliance and all the queries they may come back with. So all in all, we'd estimate 6 to 8 weeks to get fully operational. If you'd like to learn more about how you can set up here in the UAE, whether it's your business or residency or banking, please get in touch. We look forward to talking to you soon. We can book a quick discovery call with either myself or one of the team members, and we look forward to talking to you and assisting you in the near future. Thanks.